Hey everybody, welcome back to Pokemon Colosseum episode something. We're gonna climb this tower now.
Alright.
Nuzlocke. Pokemon Colosseum Nuzlocke.
We're here for the pain.
We're in it. We're gonna finish it. If you're looking ahead and you're like, oh, they're not gonna upload, we're gonna upload. The episode's gonna come out.
We love to suffer.
What's the matter with you? You think we're not gonna, you think we're half measure people?
No.
You think we're double timing, two timing double crossers, cross dressers?
Not me.
Not me.
Not most of the time.
Well, maybe sometimes.
Maybe a time or two.
Maybe, well, oh no. He fell down.
He did a hurt.
Oh, he was dancing in here. That's why. So,
on that metal roof, I mean, it's probably slick.
Well, no, we're inside now. It's just like a canopy area.
I'm so confused by
After
this
that
lighting, but...
beating, oh, he's a feisty boy.
Don't tell me we have to take your pose my hostage.
Final Fantasy. Also, why do I have... You can't really see it right here, but why do I have white athletic tape across my nose? Like, what is that doing? Is that keeping my nose on? Yeah.
I never noticed.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, that Remoraid is an evil Remoraid.
Oh, yeah, I guess you do. Yeah, no, that's to keep your nose from falling off in the desert. It's so dry and arid and hellacious out there that you have to tape your nose on.
Got it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm
gonna try out Confuse Ray, I think. Yeah, I mean, is it doing anything for the... You're a designer. Would you say it's doing anything for my character?
Makes him more kawaii.
You're right, it does make him more kawaii. Like our boy Sato.
Yeah, so we're watching Tokyo Vice right now.
We're watching the hell out of Tokyo Vice.
We're on season 2.
Yep.
It's getting real.
Yeah, no spoilers.
I won't spoil it, but if you haven't watched it, highly recommend.
Oh, dude. Remoraid hit himself, and it chopped his health in half.
You dummy.
Okay. I'm gonna throw this. If it doesn't catch him and he hits himself again, he's donezo. He's out of here.
Remoraid's just in the corner like, ooh.
Yeah, he's like...
hitting himself.
He's bleeding out. He punched himself in the face. He doesn't even have hands, and he punched himself in the face.
He grew a hand out of the side of his head just to punch himself.
I kind of would like an Octillery. Okay, cool.
That was easy.
I always... Because my first exposure to both of these Pokemon was in this room. And you'll notice something interesting about Mantine. No spoilers. But you'll notice something interesting about Mantine that makes me believe that Remoraid evolves in a Mantine. He in fact does not. And I'm an idiot.
So, I also want to address this weird heart-shaped thing with a face.
Luvedisc. I like Luvetisc.
Is it Luve or is it Love? Because he's a heart.
No, it's Lutefisk. It's a traditional Norwegian fish meal. Yeah, I guess you could call it food.
Luvefisk.
Yeah, it's like congealed fish guts. It's with preservatives or something.
Yeah, no hate, but that sounds horrid.
Yeah, it's not great. I mean, there are people that love it, but
I'm sorry.
Like a lot of my family. Some of my family.
I don't think that's for me, dog.
No, I don't blame you.
I do love most fish, though. I love seafood.
So you look at Mantine. There's a Remoraid attached to him.
He's just a buddy.
Yeah.
He's got a friend.
Yeah, I'd like a lot of seafood, I guess. I guess that's something I like.
It's good for you too.
I don't like crab and lobster.
Yeah,
which
that's
upsets people to hear.
You've told me that before. I love crab. So.
I love all kinds of fish. I like scallops. I like shrimp. I like... What else do I like?
Salmon.
Well, that's a fish. Yeah. Salmon fish.
You like the salmon fish.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Okay, don't... Okay, Apom used agility. I think we're fine here.
He's confused anyways.
Yeah. So I think what I'm gonna recheck Espeon because I'm nervous. I'm gonna put out. Should I put out Flaffy here? I think Flaffy would. Well, I don't know. Flaffy doesn't have a lot of health. I'm gonna put out the Sire, and then I'm gonna bite a monkey. That's what I'm gonna do.
Sire, go forth and bite that monkey.
So okay, last episode we talked a lot about things that I hate. So to change it up, I was thinking, what are some things that you like?
Besides seafood, I like...
Just likes in general, just more positive.
Yeah, just to switch the vibe, I like art, photography. I like pasta, even though it makes me fat.
I mean, who doesn't like pasta?
Who doesn't love a pasta?
Everyone
It's
likes
good
pasta.
stuff. I like high fantasy nonsense. D&D.
Yeah, that's how we met.
That is how we became friends.
D&D.
Because we played D&D together.
Yep.
So you kind of introduced me to that world because I'd never played D&D before. I'd never had friends before, and so that was cool.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
I think my first character was that Galrin
Yeah.
assassin.
So that's a made up word, but we exclusively played homebrew
Right.
that I wrote.
That's important to note.
Yeah, but I mean, not to alienate people from the D&D that you all probably know, 5th edition, you know.
It has its roots there.
Yeah. So, like for instance, I can say, one of my abilities that I gave clerics, very much like, any off-the-shelf edition that you could find, was the ability to drop a church on someone. So it's it's just the same.
I loved that ability so much.
It's the same, and the flavor text on all of those paladins. Never was there a more righteous paladin archetype than the one that I created.
Never was there a scarier paladin archetype, honestly.
Scarier if you are a villain. If you're villainous.
But we were the good guys.
Right, we were the good guys.
Uh-huh.
No, I exclusively only ever played as a murder hobo.
No, that was the whole party.
No. I mean when I was a player.
No.
I started in 1st edition, actually, with books that were twice as old as me. And it's my friend's dad had. And I don't know, from there we were like, well, this is cool, but we're like, start writing our own stuff or whatever. But I played a demon, and I had to take like a bunch of disabilities to be able to play a demon in 1st edition. So the early version of Asmodeus was my D&D character, was like this, I don't know, it's like this crippled monster, essentially.
Scary monstrosity.
Yeah, I mean a bit. But
Just a bit.
yeah, he was a murder hobo, so it only made sense that I hosted campaigns of groups of murder hobos. I mean, just like to paint a picture for
you just
everyone.
Carried it forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Paid it forward.
Yeah, it was Asmodeus's, wicked progeny, essentially. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I really thought that we were going to get screwed there.
Yeah, you were a bit worried going into this, but
What just happened? Unbelievable 2, the sequel.
Unbelievable Part 2.
Part 2. I'm guessing the purple-haired chick said something. Look at their sassy posture. I feel like they're standing with like their hands on their hips. Anyway, what do you want, nerd? You saved me. Yeah, sure. I don't know what was happening. Well, now that you've saved me, I'm not going to contribute anything. Oh, there he is.
There's our boy. Mirror B.
Mirror B.
You call that a tactic? Something about a plusle. It's too bad. I'm kidding. And then I'll run and hide and I'll be...
Do you think that he's called Mirror B because his hat or his hair is like
hat.
Whatever?
I mean, I didn't realize it was hair the first time I looked at him.
Really?
I seriously thought...
With these 2004 graphics, you couldn't tell? You couldn't distinguish the individual hair follicles?
No.
Let's get this box. Let's get this lunch box.
That'd be kind of a cool lunchbox. Like, if I was in elementary school, I'd be a cool kid if I came in with one of those.
Oh, absolutely. I am glad. I will say, for all the hate that I give the new Pokemon, I'm glad that it's having this sort of cultural renaissance. That and Sonic.
Yeah, it is cool to see that it's still relevant now as it was then when we were kids.
Right. If not more so. I mean, I don't remember seeing as many Pokemon toys, or certainly as many Sonic toys, like on the shelves when I was a kid as I do now.
And these older games are still fun to play. This has been a lot of fun so far.
Yeah, I'm having fun. So, I am glad that, Pokemon has found a place, even if I don't necessarily care for all the Pokemon designs.
If nothing else, they're fun to laugh at.
Sure. But anyway, D&D. Okay, now we can fight the Quillfish guy. So D&D... where was I taking that?
Well, you were talking about Asmodeus and
the murder hobo.
how we were all murder hobos. And...
But I got the question one time from our party. Someone asked, when are we going to fight the bad guys? Like, when are we going to confront some villains? And I just had to be like, you are the bad guys. You are everything that's wrong with this world. Are you kidding me? How could you not be?
You're really looking for something worse than yourself? Like...
Yeah. No, I mean, this is the sort of... Okay, so picture this. I wrote this experimental campaign when I had very few players. This was sort of in between. Oh, I don't like that.
Ooh.
Okay, no one else touch Espeon.
Not touch.
Did the other one go?
Not touchy.
Has the other one gone? Okay, it's
He's
supersonic.
Going. You missed.
Okay.
Ah. Sucker.
I'm gonna replace Espeon.
Get him out of there.
I'll put out Flaffy, why not?
Don't you dare hurt our boy.
So anyway.
Experimental campaign.
We ran this experimental campaign, and what I wanted to do was I wanted to set it in like a sort of historical setting, make it hyper realistic. Every cut, if you get cut, you bleed. You don't just get cut and then take damage and you're fine. Like essentially most attacks fail, or they kill you, or seriously maim you, or slow you down.
And if you die, you would jump across the table and slit our throat in real life.
Yeah, that's right. That was I had the most fun with that part. After the cop showed up, it was this whole thing, and we had to get a really good lawyer and that. But whatever.
Jokes aside.
But yeah, it was just it was a lot of fun. But it kind of only worked for a small group, and it didn't scale well. In other words, and it was very much it kind of took the fantasy out of it, right? Because magic was a very small part of that particular campaign. I really minimized the effect of magic generally. So we got a lot of players. That was actually the game where we had like 14 people at one point.
Right.
That was like the finale.
Legendary campaign.
Yeah, we accumulated people. Like, word spread, and we grew from... I mean, honestly, I had 3 players at first to, the core group to finally, like, at the crux, like, 14 people at that table. It was it was a ping pong table that we, like, put together. Anyway. But we had to port it over, is the point. Because it was getting too big, it was untenable, and also and no one complained, but I felt that it was incumbent upon me to inject a little bit more fantasy into the, fantasy role-playing game. Because I didn't want people to come in and be like, well, I want to play a pyromancer, and I'm like, well, magic sucks in this world, you have to make a deal with the devil for anything to happen, the best you're gonna get is you snap your fingers and light a candle.
Yeah, and it also, inflation in this world is terrible. There's no escaping that. And, yeah.
Inflation.
Yeah, just to really add to the realism of your campaign.
Okay, well, we'll get to that. I actually did run a campaign where there was rent.
I think I was a part of that one.
Yes, you were. Yeah, there was a campaign that I ran where you could buy properties. You could buy and sell properties and get passive income. Because I was like, I needed a gold sink, basically. I was like, listen, I know you guys are all murder hobos, and so I don't want you to have to, like, sit on your hoard like a dragon. I want you to be able to buy things. And it started off with player housing, and then it sort of grew into, like, what if you owned a shop or something? So
some
anyway.
of our group members were
Yeah.
more thrilled about real estate potential.
Yes.
Which was kind of funny at first, but it actually ended up being kind of cool.
Yeah, Blake got super into it.
It's like Animal Crossing
Playing Bobo.
2.0.
Shout out to Bobo. Bobo the bear.
Bobo the hobo bear.
He wasn't a hobo. He was royalty.
Yeah, but he still killed a lot of people. He's still a murder hobo.
Yeah, okay. Point taken. So anyway, how is this fucker confused and paralyzed and I can't catch him?
That's like me trying to, like...
He doesn't know where he is, and even if he did, he can't move.
That's how I feel when I'm, like, trying to focus some days.
He's hospitalized. Mumbling into the phone.
He's, like, blowing bubbles in the water for fun.
Begging for help. I saw something recently that said that Surf does half damage when it's split between 2 Pokemon. I don't know if that was always true. They've changed a lot of these abilities since this era. So.
Yeah, by this point, who knows?
Yeah, not sure.
Not me.
But,
I know not.
Anyway, in that more realistic... I called it Blood Age. That was the name of... because it was supposed to be, like, gory and, like... And I wanted people to be okay with just dying. Because I came from a background playing, first edition was brutal, right? True first edition, brutal. But then you play sort of homebrews and stuff where everyone's like, well, we're not really going to kill you. We've been playing for many weeks. No one's really going to die unless you do something stupid. Basically, the only time that anyone would actually be in peril of dying is if they wanted to re-roll. And then they would, give their character a heroic death, and that would be the end of it. So...
You were kind of looking for something to up the stakes.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, it kind of does, I don't want to say boring, but it does kind of get to a point where you're like, alright,
yeah,
what am I really going to do here? Like, I'm untouchable.
No stakes, yeah. If there are no stakes, then it's like John Wick. My sister cried when I showed her John Wick because they killed a puppy in the beginning. Spoilers. But they killed a puppy. And I'm like, yeah, but listen, they have to. Because if they don't, then where are the stakes?
Where is his motive?
Something bad has to happen. I mean, it's not a story unless, it's a Buddhist proverb if there aren't any stakes. So anyway. So it was a little bit of a tougher campaign and whatever. And one of the things that I experimented with was I gave people a background, and I had them roll for their background. So there's a very, very low chance that you ended up with any kind of station at all. Mostly you were some kind of peasant, or if you got lucky, maybe a merchant or something. So anyway, but that led to a lot of fun bits where, like, for instance, our friend Ian, you know, he came in late, and like we'd already played, I don't know, 3 or 4 sessions or something.
Yeah.
And he came in late, and in the last episode we were sort of recapping, and my sister's character was like she was a merchant actually, and she had a bow, and she had a pet bear that I'd let her have because whatever. I know it's supposed to be realistic, but she just really wanted a pet bear.
Concessions were made.
Yeah, named Puddles.
Aw.
Yeah.
Puddles.
Puddles the bear.
Puddles for cuddles.
Yeah. So,
Cuddles
anyway,
for puddles.
someone was screwing with her bear in the tavern or whatever. So she did what any self-respecting medieval merchant, wine merchant, she was a vintner specifically, would do, and got up on a table and shot him point blank in the chest.
Yeah, that's what anyone would do, for sure.
Yeah. Now that was like how we ended the session. Now Ian gets brought in. This quillfish might not happen, to be honest with you. He's confused and paralyzed.
And he keeps still breaking free.
If he hits
time.
himself, he's okay. He'll live
Oh.
one more turn.
Oh no. Okay.
If I
that scared me.
can't catch him with this, it's just it's not in God's plan. So anyway, so I bring him into the session, and I'm like, I have him roll for, you know, his position or whatever, and he actually gets like a town watchman, you know, and so he starts off or whatever, and I'm like, you know,
No.
as a DM, you're always trying to find a way to like hook a new player into the story, to bring them in a way that's not, you know, totally artificial, right?
Right.
So, I hate that.
This quillfish is being such a bastard.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sorry to interrupt your story.
No, it's perfectly acceptable. I'll dock you for that later. Anyway, so, yeah, I just, I brought him in, I recapped, and I was like, yeah, okay, so now we're going to try and find a way to bring you into the story or whatever. And my sister's like, okay, so what I want to do is I'm running low on arrows after I put one through that man's rib cage in the tavern. Just like straight to the heart. Oh, we got him.
Yeah, she's like, I need to get more.
Yeah. She's like, I want to, I'm like, what do you guys want to do next? And she's like, I want to go shopping. I'm like, okay, shopping, great. I'm like, so you'll be out on the streets.
Go shopping.
Yeah. You'll be on the streets. You'll meet Ian, who's a town watchman. He'll be on the streets. So I'm like, yeah, let's try and get you guys together and whatever. And he just looks at me like totally dead serious. And he's not, you know, a regular at these things. He probably was one of the people that played with us the least, but he took this very seriously. And he looks me dead in the eye, and he's
Which
just
I
like,
appreciated.
oh yeah, he could get with it when he needed to. He could get into character. But he looked me dead in the eye, and he just goes, so you're telling me that one of these party members you're trying to hook me up with is a murderer, and she's on her way currently to buy more ammunition, and I'm a town watchman. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, that's not gonna fly in my town.
That's not gonna fly in these parts.
He's like, I don't think so. And then
yeah, he was like, if anything, I need to stop these people.
is that what he said?
I think so. I don't think I'm misremembering.
No, I think you remember that better than I do, actually. Yeah, if anything, I need to stop these people. Yeah. He's like, someone just committed a murder in my there's a murderer at large searching for ammunition. She's gonna come up to me on the street like I'm a NPC in Ironforge and be like, where's the ammo? And I'm supposed to just tell her and let her go about her business? I don't think so. So anyway,
I don't fucking think so.
It led to a lot of really funny interactions like that. And like, for instance, our friend Nam, he rolled a character. We also rolled for relationships. So like, if you rolled within a certain, these are small towns, so you could be a cousin of someone. If you rolled within a certain amount or percentiles or whatever, like 20 of someone else, you might be cousins. Closer than that, I don't know exactly what the odds were, but closer than that, you might be, I don't know, like brothers or parents or whatever.
Children.
Yeah, and it kind of depended on the age that you wanted your character to be. He wanted his character to be a kid, which no one else did. And he rolled really close to what my sister rolled, so she ended up being his mother. And his character's introduction was that he was found, like, chained up in a dungeon by these witches.
Jeez.
And so basically it became part of my sister's character that she was like this neglectful mother, essentially. Like, she had just been cornered into this. Which was like, well, I guess he's just in this next town over, captured by these witches. They're doing God knows what to him. And I'm just selling wine. And she was an alcoholic. So that was part of it. So it was just like alcoholic negligence. And that became her character. So it was great. I highly recommend that strategy for anyone that needs like something extra to like give their characters more background. I'm not into this trend of like, you have to come up with, your lineage 12 generations back and what, like, bullshit. Skip all that.
But you get some basic details that give you more context for who your character would be. And
base them on rolls too, because then there's an element of randomness to it. You can't just pick like, oh, we're going to this campaign. Wouldn't it be great if we were brothers? Ha ha ha. And then you never use that. And then you just never use that angle because it was just this, thing that you thought up. It's a little bit better when it's sort of accidental and it's low stakes. You don't really have to interact with it. Oh, you're my second cousin. Whatever, I don't care.
You're like, hey, second cousin, you want to give me some more arrows?
Yeah.
You don't have to, like, do that, but...
And especially the era that we're, it was, like, supposed to be, I don't know, 16th century, something like that. So... Or Elizabethan times. Are my pokes okay? I think my pokes are okay.
Everybody all right in there?
Everybody all right? I think we got time for another battle. I think they're good. I want to get Quilava more experience, but I'm also afraid that I'm gonna like run into a fire or a water poke.
Right.
I mean, I really made that change because I was expecting to get wiped out by a Mantine and a Remoraid, which is, in hindsight, silly.
So, back to the game a bit. How are you feeling this far into the Nuzlocke?
I'm feeling really good.
Like, is this easier than you expected?
No, yeah, way easier. Way easier. So I'm just going to go ahead. Thank you for the invitation to talk more shit for the people that claim that this game is difficult.
Okay, yeah, anytime.
Yeah. Hey, if I can take it in a cynical, negative direction, that's what I'm going to do.
That's our shitty, messed up sense of humor.
Yeah,
Welcome to the channel. I hope you stay.
Yeah. That's just a thing about me is that I've found that I actually have a very positive disposition and outlook. I'm generally pretty optimistic, but I have a cynical sense of humor. So that kind of rubs people the wrong way, I feel like. But I don't know. Anyhow, back to the D&D thing. So what other relationships do we have that were interesting? Oh, we had another character that spawned in, Nick. He was a butcher's apprentice.
The Meat Man.
The Meat Man. He called himself Meat Man.
That was really funny.
Very chaotic character. And he was supposed to like deliver meat to the guardhouse where Ian's character was with the other, like NPC watchmen. And then so he made like all these He was just joking, like, I'm the meat man. I'm coming to deliver meat to the boys, and that became part of his. That became integral in his character after that.
Just hanging with the boys.
Yeah, delivering meat. But anyway, so he had a lot of fun with that, and then basically, Ian told him what was up. He was like, "Hey, there's this murderer. We're gonna take him down. Thanks for the delivery, but I'm going to deputize you real quick, if you don't mind." He ended up eating, the meat man, ended up eating a cursed Bible that ended the entire world. So...
the meat man changed it all.
Yeah. This is also the campaign that Uncle Barry is from, who is a reference to Michael Cusack's Rick and Morty Bushworld Adventures. If you haven't seen that, I highly recommend. That's another indication of my humor. If you don't like it,
that's understandable.
You're objectively incorrect. Oh, okay. Well,
we'll forgive you, but
yeah, I just
integral to our.
I love all of Michael Cusack stuff. Like, I'm a huge fan of all the YOLO and his part in Smiling Friends and those animations and his YouTube, and
I love how surreal and disturbing it gets.
He has a great sense of humor. It's just some people you just click with, and he's one of them. So anyway, I basically just had a character that was Uncle Barry. It wasn't really, it was sort of just by name, and then I gave him like an Australian accent, like, "Oh, I'm Uncle Barry. Yay." But he was like an apothecary, which
a terrible one.
He wasn't terrible.
He
was amazing. He was like demigod level. He just didn't do necessarily what you wanted when you wanted him. He would hand you a vial, and you'd be like, "What does this do, Barry?" And you'd be like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'll just," and you drink it, and it would set you on fire and kill you. And then he'd hand the same colored potion to someone else, and it would be a healing potion. It would heal you to full health and resurrect your, one of your dead relatives of your choosing. Like a chess piece.
Yeah, I think Uncle Barry one time tried to hand me a bottle of piss.
Oh yeah, he did that a lot. He was an alcoholic as well. And so you'd bottle his,
So yeah, no, he wasn't terrible. I'll grant you that.
But that's the campaign that he's from.
It's a bit unpredictable.
He is unorthodox.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's an apothecary. The party affectionately referred to him as Apothecary. That was very clever.
Apothecary.
Oh, it's me. It's Uncle Barry. So anyway.
That was a running joke for a long time.
Yeah. And my tribute to genius Michael Cusack. Great guy. Great comedian. Super love his stuff.
Meanwhile, back in this dungeon.
Yeah, meanwhile, back in steampunk
hell.
Cavern hell. Yeah. I think this is a dead end. I want to it's like all these RPGs, you have to explore all the dead ends first.
Yeah, I'd be the person that'd be looking in all of these minecart looking things.
I don't think that they
wheelbarrows?
Yeah, they're wheelbarrows.
Can't really tell.
Clearly you've never worked a day in your life. You don't know a wheelbarrow from a minecart.
Nope.
Yeah.
I just like to draw stuff.
And you know what? I'm going to be derisive about it. So there.
Thanks, Brennan.
You're welcome.
Always making me feel good.
Oh, yeah.
About myself.
Yeah. Anytime.
How dumb I am.
Hey. Anytime. No problem.
Ooh woo?
Ultra Balls.
Obtained 3 Ultra Balls.
This is why we check everywhere.
This is why you touch all the boxes.
You gotta touch all the balls. Ha ha ha. Too bad for you. Mirbee's not in here. Banana guy.
Noxy.
I can't read. Oh, a Lotad and a Lotad. Oh, you know what this means?
Banana.
This guy is a Mirabee fanboy because he has exclusively Ludicolo's, which is the ultimate evolution of Lotad. The first evolution is Lotad, and then it's Lombre, and then it's Ludicolo.
Silly copycat.
Let me actually try this here. Does that mean, by the way, that Because it is Lombre. Is he a sombrero Pokemon? Is that the point of him?
Is he?
I think he is.
Oh, I never thought about that.
And he like does a dance, like he's always doing a dance.
I wish he had like a little theme song.
I actually like
what if a mariachi band played every time he did something?
I wonder what the Pokedex entry says about him. You should look it up.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Let's get to the bottom of this. This is like what's the show with Steve Harvey? Family Feud. This is like Family Feud. Number one choice, I think, is it's going to say he's a sombrero Pokemon. Number two, a mariachi Pokemon. Final guesses. Spin that wheel. Big winner. What does it say?
Put a wheel on the screen. Put it there.
You're telling yourself.
But hey, Sarah, in the future, edit a wheel right now.
There it is. There's the wheel. You put the wheel on, like just like you said you would.
Can I spin it?
I guess so.
I don't know. Am I gonna have to spend hours animating this because I'm a noob?
Don't complain.
I mean,
what do you do?
Just making my job hard.
Yeah, you did it to yourself. You said it. Now it's in the episode. It has to happen. There's the wheel. What a good wheel it is. Wow. Could you have spent a little bit more time on that wheel?
Everybody congratulate me for doing such a good wheel.
There's nothing even on the wheel. You didn't even put anything on the wheel. Why is there a wheel spinning? That's not what I was. It was like supposed to be like a Wheel of Fortune thing, with like categories or numbers.
Okay.
Half a car.
Well,
Jesus.
So, back to Ludicolo.
Yeah. What does it say?
Ludicolo is a bipedal Pokemon that appears to be a mixture of a pineapple and a duck. There is a green sombrero-like growth on its head.
Yes.
That is similar to a lily pad. Growing out of the top of its head is a short brown stem with a yellow spiky under portion.
No. It should say something like he's the blank Pokemon. Like it'll say like Charizard. He's the Bic Lighter Pokemon. Like it's like the thing that they're most known for.
Well.
And they'll just apply it, as a generalization.
I mean.
Nothing. Like, in the show, I guess you didn't watch the show. In the show, whenever they would whip out Dex, he would be like, oh, that's, coughing. That's the fentanyl Pokemon.
He's gotta be the sombrero Pokemon. I mean, look at him.
That's my headcanon. I'm gonna use a potion on Quilava. Just a little Poshi. A little Potion. Because I don't want to have to go all the way back.
Some Poshi-woshi, bro.
Some Posh. Oh wait, hit
him with the potion.
He's in hyper mode, so he won't eat a potion. Damn it. Whatever. I'm just gonna play fast and loose here. Whoops, roadblock. This is a no through street. Except for I already walked past you.
I do want to say.
You nearsighted fool. Oh, there's a GIF with him with a mariachi guy playing bongos. Wait, what does it say? Mexican pineapple duck dancer with a sombrero. Yeah. r/Pokemon. That's exactly right.
From 11 years ago.
Yeah, so this is not even news.
It looks like he's off his cocaine.
Okay, so I don't like this at all. So that's a Geodude.
I'm gonna stop looking at r/Pokemon.
So that's a Geodude, dude. I don't like that at all.
Cause for concern.
Okay, I'm replacing Espeon with Umbreon, and I'm replacing Quilava with Quagsire. Listen, in all honesty, that's probably a weak Geodude. He's gonna do like Rock Smush or something that does like, it's got, 40 PP, does no damage.
What's he gonna do? Bleed on me?
Yeah. But for the sake of Quilava and Espeon, our two main boys,
we must protect.
If he uses Explosion, look, he's using Tackle.
If he uses Explosion, Swiftly does not use Explosion.
You know what's gonna be funny? When I get my comeuppance by my comeuppance.
Comeuppance? That's a Muppet sequel.
Yeah. Become Muppets. Anyway.
I don't like the sound of that.
Rule 34 Muppets.
Gross.
When I actually go up against like an electrode that uses a self-destruct and wipes me out, like I'm not going to have seen it coming. I'm going to be super cautious until that point, and then I'm going to get destroyed. And be like, oh, this is bullshit.
I never saw it coming.
Yeah.
Oh no. We've only worried about it every time we've seen a Geodude.
I mean, I absolutely do see it coming, but
we don't know when.
Yeah. And we don't know how. But we know something's starting right now. Under the sea. Listen to me. You know that one? Pocahontas? Don't worry about it. Anyway.
I'm just gonna keep staring at you with this blank look on my face.
Oh! Roadblock. That's why she said roadblock, because her Pokemon all learn block.
Oh.
That's what's happening. But
now I kind of see.
It's dumb because I snuck by her the first time. Not defense curl.
What? He's super defensive.
Why are you being so defensive? Jeez.
He's like not listening to anything we're saying. Look at him flexing.
Geodude ain't trying to hear nothing. Bye, Geodude. If there was a female Geodude, would it be Geochick?
Or like Geogal.
Slack off. There's a slacking at the end of this game.
Geo lady.
Who is a big bitch.
Geo girl.
Geo non-binary person.
Geo they them.
Hook they them. Hell yeah, Quagsire. Hit with the recoil. What if that's how like firing a gun worked? You get hit with the recoil and it's like, oh god. You okay? Yeah, I think I just got hit with the recoil. I feel like if I had a health meter of 117 HP, I would be at like 114 now. Wow.
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 There was that one time that I fired my dad's gun and it kind of clipped the shit out of my thumb.
Yeah, well that's recoil. So there you go. I guess it's real.
I wasn't holding it properly. I'd like put my thumb in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Clearly I know a lot about guns because I'm describing this very well.
I know everything there is to know about guns. Name me one, ask me one gun thing that I don't know about. Go ahead. Ask.
How do you spell gun?
Too easy. Bro. What do you think?
G.
Don't worry about it.
U.
Anyway, next time on
B.
DGA.
Hope you guys are enjoying this out there. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. Join us again, won't you?
Yeah, we'll be back.
We'll be back with
back
a vengeance.
for more.
We're probably honestly 2 episodes from Mirror B, but that'll be a good episode. That's the one like the views are gonna be like 10. But that one's gonna have like 12. So there's like 2 people who are like, fuck yeah, Mirror B, I just want to hear his theme.
Yeah, my mom might watch it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think she'll understand what's going on.
I don't think she will.
But I mean, you can kind of learn. There's enough time to learn. You know, you can kind of pick up on some things. You know, take notes.
Right.
Hope you're taking notes out there, everybody, to understand what's going on.
Take notes.
Maybe you can tell us. All right. Well, next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.